Hey gamers, it's Kristin, and I have a few things from Coastal Scents that I want to share with you guys today. They reached out to me, and I have heard of them obviously through the years, but I don't really think I've tried much from them. I've heard great things from you guys about their palettes. So they reached out to me and said, hey, can we send you some products and would you use them and get ready with me? And I said, absolutely. Sure, let's give it a shot. So I'm going to show you the things they sent me. Some of them you will see in this look, and some of them I didn't use, but I didn't want to bombard you with using stuff. So let's just go ahead and jump in. The first thing that I want to show you, and I will stick these back in here. I did just use these obviously for the Get Ready With Me. It's this rose gold brush set, and it sells for $14.95 and comes in this cute little case. So it's a nice quilted case, has a little Coastal Scents there in rose gold, and it has a face brush. It has, as you can see, a flat brush for eyeshadow. This is one that I didn't use. It's kind of like a little bit of a thicker than a $2.39. And I think that it would be great for cream products if you're laying down like a cream base. It has a 217 sort of shaped brush, which I use for outer corner work. It has a nice little smudge brush that you will see how I use that. It has an angled brush, and then it also has a gel liner brush, which I don't usually use gel liner, but what a great little kit for $14.95. It zips up, and you certainly could stick a couple palettes in there, stick a blush in there, and that would be all you would need to take with you. So you guys know me, and I'm all about a travel anything. So that was the first thing that they sent me. Second thing is the revealed matte. Now I know I've heard people talk about the revealed palettes before. This is the revealed matte. I don't know if this is brand new. I didn't really get that information in it, but as you can see, there are a ton of shades in here. I kind of, as you can see, went with a purple look today, but there are some warm shades. There are some cool shades. This would be great to grab a couple singles and then use this along, like your singles that have some shimmer to it, at least if you prefer shimmer on your eyelid like I do. But this is I think the color, the shade range is great. I used just a couple of the shades today to show you guys a very simple look you could get, and they all blended very easily. I need to obviously do more work with this before I can give an actual opinion on how I feel about the shades, but this is more of a let me show you what I got and get ready with me. So there was that. Then they sent me this, it was an empty palette, and then they sent all the blushes and highlights. They were in little individual packets. So these are the little packets that they came in, the little clamshells, I don't know what else to call them, that they came in. So I'm going to just tell you what they are. This is a highlight from them. This is in Croissant. This is Glowing Ember. It's a blush, but I used it as a little bit of a contour, and you'll see that in the Get Ready With Me. And this is Relic Bronze. And then this is Tea Berry, this is Flare, and then this is Charisma. Let me give you some swatches. So this is Croissant, Glowing Ember, and Relic Bronze. So Croissant, Glowing Ember, and Relic Bronze, and that is 2 swatches of both of those. And then Tea Berry, Flare, Flan, and Charisma. This is a single swatch in case you're curious. I just want to see, I just feel like sometimes it works a little bit better for me for a blush to double swatch. And then there's a double swatch. And again, that's Tea Berry, Flan. I may always call it Flare. Flan and Charisma. The Charisma is what I'm wearing today. So pretty, I gotta tell you. Really, really pretty. They sent me an eye primer, and I didn't even know that they had an eye primer, and it's just called Step 1 Eye Primer. So we will see how that works. I felt like it was a little bit of a thinner consistency than the Urban Decay Primer Potion, but we'll see, and we'll see how it works. I will report back on all of these things, but just wanted to show you what they gave me. And this is totally, I absolutely could have used this today, and I just spaced it and went ahead with my normal brows. But they have a brow kit, and I was just trying to see, I guess it doesn't have any shade names in it really, but there are some, like this brown it looks really warm, so it'll be interesting to see how that works. But let me just give you a little swatch of all of these. I obviously wouldn't use them all because they wouldn't all work on me, but they have a good feel to them and are very smooth on the skin. So you can see, I don't know how to explain to you that when the powder looks smooth on the skin, I feel like I know it's going to work really well. The only thing I don't know is, I just don't know what that would match exactly. I could see these working for all, you know, for different sort of hair colors. I'm not sure what that one would be exactly, but one never knows. Originally, I thought it was more of like a cleanup shade, but it's got a lot of kind of orange in it, so I'm not really sure about that, but again, must be played with. And then lastly, oh no, I have one other thing, but this is one of the other products I didn't use, and it's the concealed palette. And let me get the plastic off of here. So these are all different cream concealers and correctors. And this is probably something that will end up in my kit. It will be really helpful to have different shades that I can work with on different skin types. So I think that I've not tried the product yet, obviously, so I can't speak to that. But actually, let me just, all right, I wanted to sanitize my fingers before I stuck them in a couple of these. So let's see. They seem very creamy, and they don't blend away to nothing. That's sometimes what I have found with some of those sort of things. There's just two of the shades. And let me grab my other finger, one of the darker shades as well. So they seem very creamy and don't blend away to nothing. And that is key for me. I feel like it's a lot of cream concealer palettes, for some reason they just don't get the pigment right, and when you try to blend them they just disappear to nothing. And then lastly but not leastly is the lipstick that I'm wearing. I'm wearing their lipstick in the shade 03. Really pretty. I talked about how it went on in the video as well, but just so that you can see. So if you are interested, well, actually, first of all, let me say thank you so much to Coastal Scents for reaching out to me and for sending me these products. I'm excited to play with them. It's always fun to get something new to play with, especially if it's a brand I've not played with a lot before. So thank you so much for them reaching out to me. I'll have everything listed below. Nothing is an affiliate link. I shorten up the links. I use Bitly to shorten up the links so that they don't take up my whole inbox, but they are not affiliate links. Just in case anybody is curious, it's just a link right on over to Coastal Scents so that you can find these products if you are interested in them. So if you're interested in how I got this look and my first impressions on the items, then keep on watching. Okay, so I've adjusted things. For those of you that saw my last Get Ready With Me, I was struggling a little bit with my new angle and where I was placing things. So I think this will be a little bit better. I have my mirror very close, but you can't see it. So the first thing I'm going to use is the Step 1 Eye Primer, obviously from Coastal Scents, since that's what I'm using today. I'm going to get a little bit of this out on my finger. Seems a little bit thinner than Urban Decay. Nobody's claiming it's the same as Urban Decay, by the way. I'm just comparing it to what I'm used to. I have to say, in my day, I haven't used a ton of eye primers, maybe 6 or 7. I always just have had such good luck with the Urban Decay that I just keep going back to that. I'm going to take this fluffy brush. None of them have names, by the way, so I'm going to take this fluffier kind of 217 brush. I'll use this a couple of different ways, but I'm going to go in just with this shade right here, all over my lid, just to add for ease of blending. This is what I do with all eyeshadows all the time. So we're just going to... Normally I would put MAC Painterly paint pot over this, but I really want to see how this primer works on its own so that I can report back to you guys down the line. And I want to brighten up my eye area just a little bit. I went ahead and grabbed a fluffy brush just because I really prefer that method. This is going to be great for what I normally use a 217 for, outer corner stamping, pulling it into the crease. But I really wanted something a little fluffier to lay down my ease of blending shade, as I call it. I'm going to take the larger of the flat brushes and I'm going to go into this shade right here, not all over my crease, all over my lid. Actually, no, I'm changing my mind because that's what I do. I'm going to use this shade right here. I want to use the purple, so I'm going to load both sides of this brush up and just place this all over my lid. I just want a hint of color there. I don't want a ton of pigment. I'm going to use that same shade probably to blend out my crease. This is a really nice brush. It really reminds me of that MAC 242. It's a pretty shade. All right, so where did I put that brush? Right here. I'm gonna take that brush and we're gonna go into this purple. I'm gonna get on the, just on the top of the brush there. Do a little stamp action. Bring it up just a little bit. I always feel like trying a purple out in a palette is a good example of how pigment's going to work, because purple has blue in it, which is the heaviest pigment, and that can be the trickiest to blend. I knocked too much of it off that time. I really prefer to blend up, or like build up, blend up, build up pigment versus lay down a whole bunch and then end up having too much. I just feel like it just works so much better. And again, I'm not, you guys can see, I'm not like yanking my eye here. I'm just aiding in the crazy eye. As you guys know, I call that eye my crazy eye. I'm gonna wipe this brush off completely. Use that same lid shade on the edge of my crease. I would normally grab a different brush, but I'm really trying to just stick with the brushes that are in this kit. And we shall see. It worked really well. I'm happy with that. And I'm just blending out that line a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of this lightest shade brush that I've wiped off, clean up down here a little bit. I got a little out of control. And a little of that light color up here. It's going to go in with a little bit. I feel like I got a little darker over here. That happens sometimes. Just going to deepen up that crease. And now I'm going to bring it down. Just want to bring it in a little bit. In that outer corner. It's just kind of a hint of it. I don't really want it like super strong down there. Just like that. I'm going to use the little smudge brush here. I'm going to go beneath my lower lash line. Same on the other eye. Wiping that brush off, and then again, that same lid shade, I'm just switching between those two shades. And half using the mirror, half using the viewfinder. Just softening that out just a little bit. I just like it to look a little softer. So sometimes I will use... Can I talk today? So sometimes I will use the transition shade to do that. And then I'll go back in and just deepen up that very outer corner. And then I'm going to go on the outer corner of my upper lash line as well. The little tap you always hear is, that's where my mirror is. I said that in my last video too, in case people were curious. Or my last Get Ready With Me. It's just me tapping it off. Tapping off the excess. I don't have a liner from Coastal Scents, so I'm just going to use this Urban Decay. My friend Bahar sent me this. It's the Ultra Intense Precision Waterproof All Night Eyeliner. And I'm just going to line my upper waterline. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shade right here, which is Glowing Ember. It's one of their blushes. But I'm going to use it to do a little bit of contour, and this is with the little brush that came in the kit. I'm just going to... I have a little bit of bronzer on already. This shade is a bronzer shade. You would have seen that already at the beginning. But it has a little bit of sheen to it, and I would prefer to wait till more summertime for me to do something with a little bit of shimmer in it. But this is a really pretty, very natural, I would say, contour shade. You kind of see how that just added a little bit of contour. I'm going to wipe that off. Just make sure it's nicely blended. And then I'm going to use this kind of peachy pink shade here in Charisma. That's the shade right here, to add a little to my cheeks. Whew. Okay, that was more than I bargained for. Tap that one off a little bit. That one has some sheen to it and kicked up more powder. So I'm going to be careful here because I'm a little bit, oh, that's pretty. Come on. Oh, that's pretty shade. You can tell this is my first. But I did get a little, I got a little out of control. When you get a little out of control, it's fine. Just take your powder brush and just do a little blending. It'll be fine. And I'm gonna put a little bit less on this side. You guys, that is such a pretty shade. I cannot. Gorgeous. Now I don't really need much more of a sheen, but I'm gonna go. Just saying. I'm gonna go in with, well, I guess I could try to use this. We'll see. Like, can I really multi-purpose this little brush? I'm gonna go in with the highlight shade, and that is the one in Croissant. This shade right here. And I'm gonna go on the edge of this brush, just to add a little lightness to the tops of the cheeks there. Same on the other side. So I'm getting up really close, and it is really pretty. It's if there's something I can't stand about a highlight, it's when it just sits on the top of your skin, and this one didn't. This really blended in nicely. I did add liner to my lower waterline, by the way, and mascara before I came back on camera. Forgot to mention that. Okay, so the last thing that I want to try for you guys today is their lipstick, and this is, I wanted to grab the box. It just says Coastal Scents lipstick. Yeah, it just says Coastal Scents. I was looking for any sort of a particular shade name. I'm gonna wipe off. I have, I've just had the Fusion XL on my lips while I was getting ready this morning. And this is in the shade 03. It's a really pretty pinky shade. It just has the prettiest almost kick of lilac or something. And feels very smooth and moist. It feels moisturizing. I can't tell you for sure. This is a first impression. And I will come back and let you guys know what I think of them. But a lot of really nice pigment. I'll give you a swatch here on my hand. Nice pigment without having to work too hard, as you guys saw. Really pretty. Great for spring. I love that. Love that shade. All right, so I hope that you guys enjoyed that Get Ready With Me. I'll tell you briefly what was on the rest of my face before I came on camera. And that is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. I have this because I'm using up. I can't tell exactly how much is left in here, and I don't want to travel with that anymore. I have a new one in my travel bag. And then I use the Rouge Bunny Rouge Age Defying Foundation. And over the top of that, I use the Estee Lauder Double Rich Mineral Wear and Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer underneath my eyes. And I think that is everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. Check out the stuff below if you are interested in any of these and want to see prices and that sort of thing. I will list that below for you. And I think that is it. So I hope you're having a great day, and in everything that you do and say, be beautiful. Bye.